Brooklyn Independent Television.
When I was in the second grade, I didn't think of Friday as the beginning of the weekend. Friday was the day of the spelling test. 15 words, one thin strip of paper, and Mrs. Curtin repeating exactly 3 times the word we were supposed to spell. Why somebody would think of spelling as a sport and not torture is completely beyond me. But Fred Brown is around town with some super spellers who have their eyes on the Prize.
Looks like just another school day in Brooklyn, right? Well, not quite. The students in this line here at the Women's Leadership School in Bushwick are Spelling Bee champions. And today's competition, sponsored by the New York City Department of Education, gives these whiz kids a chance to keep their eyes on the prize, a national tournament in Washington, D.C. later this spring. With over 200 students competing in the regionals, the competition is stiff. But organizers say it's more of a chance to spotlight the success of some of Brooklyn's most literate middle school stars.
A spelling bee is really a celebration of students' academic careers in many ways. This is a lot more than memorization. It's all about sort of knowing about the English language and how it's structured and so forth. So we're really not simply celebrating students who have good memorization skills, for example. We're celebrating their whole academic careers and what's led them up until this point.
Defiantly. Defiantly. D-E-F-I-A-N-T-L-Y. Defiantly.
These are 5th through 8th graders from around Brooklyn, and they've already won the spelling bees at their local schools, and now they're moving on to compete with other Brooklyn schools.
Without the academics, really, our students are nowhere. And so to be able to let students shine because they have a particular talent, I think we should do it more often.
N-E-D-U-L-O-U-S. That is correct.
It's so amazing to see the way that kids support one another, and whether they win or they lose, it doesn't even matter. Like I said, everyone's cheering, we're all excited. You know, sometimes they're disappointed because they don't get all the way there, but that's life. It's a learning experience, and then they start together again right after the spelling bee. They start learning and practicing together.
Art Emerson must have studied 1,000 words, and she learned a lot. Just very eye-opening, I think, for them as writers, as readers.
I felt pretty calm, like I was sitting there and watching people spell words. So far, I had known every single word. I would like spell it in my mind as they spelled it, and then I would, when I went up and sat in the chair, I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
And whether or not they spell the words correctly or not, they get an opportunity to compete with their classmates. They get an opportunity to see what it feels like to be on the stage in front of other people, and it's leadership.
At school, we were handed out a list of words. I studied those words carefully. My mom quizzed me on them, and after a while, I got them. So today, I used some of those skills.
For Brooklyn Review, you've been around town with Fred Brown.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at brickartsmedia.org/BIT.